YouTube's is putting out pretty good stuff. Lego's got some pretty sweet sets. Why can't Funko put out any good things nowadays? What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today is a brand new edition of This Week in Collectible News. That's right, I thought I would switch things up today by not only just talking about Funko, but also talking about other collectibles and certain things that are coming down the pipeline for other companies. So if you do end up enjoying this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more of this content. And yes, let me know down below if you actually would like this to be a reoccurring thing where I talk more than just Funko for this type of series. But nonetheless, let's get right to it. And we're gonna kick off by talking about some YouTube's news this week, where they have announced a figure of Jax and Daxter from, of course, the video game of the same title. And this is actually pretty cool. I remember playing this game a couple of times as a kid, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually a license that Funko has yet to do and that YouTube has capitalized on. They also announced 2 more figures for the Last of Us video game, which, if I'm not mistaken, there have been prior Last of Us U2s, and of course Funko has done a Last of Us pop before with Joel. I haven't really played much of The Last of Us, so I don't really know what's going on, but these figures do look pretty sweet. We got ourselves 6 new figures for Has Been Hotel, which I have no idea what this is, whether it's a movie or a video game or whatever, but once again, these are some pretty detailed figures, and I don't exactly remember if Funko has done figures for this yet or not. We got a little bit of a teaser for Chicken Jockey. So I don't know if this is exactly a figure actually coming out or just a teaser, because this has been a huge meme-worthy thing as turns to the recently released Minecraft movie, and I have yet to see the Minecraft movie. I recently went to McDonald's actually and had one of the Minecraft Happy Meals, and actually doing a couple of the first ever food-related YouTube shorts for the channel, so definitely stay tuned for those shorts when they release in the next week or so. But if they were to make this figure, I wouldn't be surprised, considering that YouTube's is always capitalizing on those moments basically as they're happening, unlike Funko when they wait until like a year after the movie releases and then no one's really talking about that anymore. Going on to some Lego news, we got ourselves a Iron Spider-Man bust along with an Iron Man MK4 bust. Now, I did see the trailer for this posted by Lego, where of course it's like inside of the helmet as Jarvis is identifying the Lego set, if I'm not mistaken. These are some pretty cool sets, and it is a set that's not even 500 pieces, so it is a quick build compared to a lot of different Lego sets. Rocky Moto has yet again sold another set of tickets for their event called Dream, taking place during San Diego Comic-Con weekend. This basically is the Rocky Moto version of Funko Fun Days, considering that it's safe to say that Funko Fun Days will never happen again. I'm really excited to see what goes on here. We did get a couple of teasers during their WonderCon panel of actually having licensors like Peanuts and Godzilla be a part of the Rocky Moto lineup. So I'm wondering at this specific Dreams event that we're actually going to get more licensors that may actually have a lot of collectors wanting to buy some of these Rocky Moto figures. And I guess I should mention that the first wave of Rocky Moto figures are now available across Miniso stores in the US. But now, if you're just a straight up Funko fan of this channel, we are moving on to the Funko portion of this video, with the first announcement of the week being a brand new Alexander Ovechkin for the Washington Capitals. And this is a pretty sweet figure, especially because this does honor the fact that he has now broken the record of the most goals in NHL history, surpassing Wayne Gretzky. And I love the fact that they keep continuing doing Alex Ovechkin figures with the missing tooth, and now he also has the gray hair in this figure. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is available to pre-order on the Funko website, or if you're outside of the US, because I believe this isn't available on the Canadian version of the Funko website, you can order it on fanatics.ca. Up next, we have ourselves a pop of Sea Smoke from House of the Dragon. Now, this is an okay pop. I would rather see more of the dragon figures when it comes to the House of the Dragon than seeing a lot of the human characters, just like we had recently saw when it came to the wave of pops. And where is this going to be exclusive to? I have no idea because yet again, we got the QR code sticker. We have ourselves a brand new Project Fred, and this time it is of Freddy Funko, which has a winking chase. Now, I will say, even though I have been pretty harsh about the Project Fred set of figures in the past, this one is actually pretty decent compared to some of the ones, especially the Coca-Cola and Sprite ones that are basically just like artist series reprints. At least we do have a character like Freddy Funko here, but I'm not really on board with all they just did was change the way that the eye looks by making him wink, especially with the price point of Project Fred's and probably being even more because of the recent tariffs between China and the United States. This is probably going to cost more than what you had originally paid for Project Fred figures. The Lowe's Funko Pop 3-pack has recently released. Yeah, I definitely thought I should talk about this in today's video. So basically a while back, there was a pre-order for a 3-pack of Lowe's employees, and I'm not sure how many people were excited about this, and it actually so happens that these are indeed fake Funko Pops. Now, I haven't actually watched the video from Gazzlecast yet regarding this, but I can only assume that just like all of us, we think this is absolute. And you can even tell by the way that these pops look that these definitely were not made by Funko themselves. If these were released on, let's say, Temu, then I would totally understand, but this was an item on the Lowe's website that you can buy, so I don't know who their distribution company was to actually get these made. Up next is a Target exclusive Tim Murphy from Jurassic Park. Now, this is a pretty decent pop, and this is the first standalone Tim Murphy pop because the only way you can originally get a Tim Murphy pop was in the moments they had released for Target also a couple of years back. Once again, we got ourselves a Target exclusive pop, and it is of Superman. Now, I don't know this version of Superman considering that I don't really read comic books all that much, but I do like the way that this looks. I like how he's breaking off the chains. It's the black suit for Superman, and it's also like a different face for him where he actually has a beard instead of just the clean shaven face. So this actually is a pretty decent looking Superman, kind of different from a lot of the ones we've had. The Pokemon Center had released their own exclusive Pearlescent Jolteon. But do I need to really talk about this? We all know how my reaction is when it's about pearlescent Pokemon pops, so let's just move on because it's not good. Funko have began an Easter sale where you can save up to 25% off on orders through April 13th. But realistically, who is even willing to want to buy 10 items off of the Funko shop to get 25% off? We got ourselves a brand new wave of Inuyasha pops, and these are pretty sweet. Inuyasha, I watched a little bit as a kid, so I do know a little bit about it, but not too much. Up next, we have ourselves a Funko Shop exclusive Tourist Stitch. Did we really need this pop? Yes, I get that there's going to be the live action movie coming out next month, but oh god, I'm just so done with Stitch Pops at this point. We got ourselves a pop of Pink. And this is actually the first time that Pink is a part of the Funko Pop lineup, and that's pretty cool. It gives us a little bit of a refresher as terms to the Rocks lineup instead of getting yet another AC/DC pop or yet another Notorious B.I.G. pop. Getting a first-time artist in the lineup is pretty cool, especially with Pink, where I do know a couple of her songs. We got ourselves a brand new Tiger Woods Funko Pop, which I guess this is okay. I don't really know much about the difference between this one and the original one, besides maybe this one is swinging the club unlike the other one. And the last reveal we're going to be talking about before our usual top 5 list is the official announcement of Skibidi Toilet Funko Pops. Holy hell. So we heard about the leak a while back, and then we actually saw a sneak peek during New York Toy Fair about Skibidi Toilet. Now we have it here, officially announced Skibidi Toilet Funko Pops. Now, although I do enjoy the detail of these pops, especially of Skibidi Toilet himself, but I feel like the problem about this, and especially what I alluded to earlier in the video, is that Funko has a hard time actually wanting to capitalize on something when it's hot. Because I feel like the popularity of Skibidi Toilet has long since passed. Like, not a lot of people are really talking about Skibidi Toilet now, unlike a few years back when the videos first started surfacing. Today I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107, and the reason I'm giving them a shout out is because they signed up for our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month, which not only do you get a shout out on every single video, but you also get a bunch of other perks like using custom emojis in the comments, and more importantly, early access to every videos and shorts that we do on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It'll be greatly appreciated and will help out this channel tremendously, especially because of how expensive these videos can be to do for you guys. So definitely consider, but nonetheless, let's continue on with this video. So I guess kicking off the usual top 5 list at number 5, I have the Target exclusive Tim Murphy. Now, although I don't know too much about Jurassic Park, I do know the fact that this is the first time that this character, like I mentioned, is getting a singular pop, so you can save some money if you don't have that moments by buying this one, in my opinion. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the Target exclusive Superman. Even though we have tons of Superman pops, I do like how this one is fairly different compared to some of the Superman pops we've had previously. Coming in at number 3 on my list is Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Now, although we have previously got a Sesshomaru in the form of the glow-in-the-dark version exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con 2023, I do think that this one is pretty sweet also with the amount of detail that's put into it. Coming in at number 2 on my list is Pink for the Pop Rocks lineup. Like I stated a bit ago, I do like the fact that we have the first ever Rocks pop of Pink, and coming in at number 1 on my list is the exclusive Alexander Ovechkin for the NHL lineup. This was really the only pop that I was actually excited about all week, which definitely makes sense to be in the number 1 spot.